Hi, and welcome to today's live here on my business page. I am Anna Nordengren, your executive coach, and I help busy leaders achieve their goals faster and with more joy and ease. Here in Sweden, it's late Friday afternoon, but you can watch this live, or you can watch it afterwards, or you can also watch it on YouTube afterwards. Today, I want to bring up something that I often get questions about and that my clients bring up, and also something that I struggled with quite a lot in the past. And sometimes I do it still every now and then. And it's what I want to talk about is difficult conversations and how I prepare for difficult conversations. I try to keep an eye on the comments to see if someone is watching live. So if you have comments, do put them here, ask questions, or you can put the questions and I will reply and get back to you afterwards. I see I have problem here with the light because the sun is sometimes shining through my window and sometimes it's not. But the most important thing is what I'm going to say. So listen and don't mind the light. So, what is it that make difficult conversations so difficult and so challenging? I think it is because it brings up emotions. We get either too passive or we get too assertive, and we want people to like us, and still we have something important that we want. To a message that we want to have come across. So, when you are a leader, having difficult conversations come with the territory. It can be performance reviews with your employees. It can be negotiations with a business partner. It can be dealing with conflict in the workplace, for example, just to mention a few. So, how can you prepare for a difficult conversation? And how do I set myself up for a difficult conversation? And this happens, well, perhaps more often than we want to. But in fact, the more we do it, as with everything, with practice, it becomes easier and less uncomfortable, and perhaps not even that difficult. So this is how I myself use the strategies or techniques I use to set myself up or prepare myself for a difficult conversation. First, explore your motives. And be honest with yourself. What do you want to accomplish with this conversation? Sometimes, we are very reactive and we don't really think about what is it that I want to have from this conversation. So explore your motive and be really honest with yourself. And number two, set your ego aside. Look at it from a broader perspective. What will be the most beneficial outcome from this conversation? I mean, it's not about you impressing someone or making a good impression. It's about getting the results that you want. And looking from it from a broader perspective may help you perhaps get less emotionally involved in the outcome. And set your intention before the meeting, before the conversation, and write it down and describe to yourself what your goal is, but also have an intention for how you want to feel during the conversation and after the conversation. Number 4, remember that you are responsible for yourself, for your reactions, for your behavior. You are not responsible for the whole situation, and you are not responsible for how the other person reacts. So, before the conversation, calm your mind, breathe. Perhaps even if you have time, meditate for 5 minutes. I often do this before I'm going into something that I know will be challenging. Even when before I facilitate workshops, for example, when I know I don't want to be too reactive, I want to be able to listen and come up with an appropriate solution. So before the conversation even takes place, calm your mind, take a few deep breaths, and make sure that you are centered, grounded, so you can make good decisions. And you see the light is shifting. I'm sorry about that. And then when you are in the meeting, ask questions, open questions, and listen carefully to what the other person has to say. Because often we are so eager to get our message across that we forget to listen. But ask questions and listen carefully. And then after the session, after the conversation, evaluate the outcome and learn from it. And I promise, with practice, it becomes easier. What do you think is the most challenging thing about difficult conversations? Put it in the comments. Even if you're watching this afterwards, I will see the comments and I will get back to you. And thank you so much for listening, for watching today. And I hope I will see you soon again. And if you want more tips on leadership and on personal growth, see the link in the comments and let's get in touch. Bye-bye.